because it is kind of feeling a little chilly out there already. Looking at our Dallas camera outside. Beautiful Carolina blues out there. Hope you got to enjoy a little bit of it, but no worries as we head into the weekend, right, Brittany? Because although it feels like fall, the sun is out and the sun is shining.
It absolutely is. And actually the sun helps it feel a little bit warmer outside, as it was only in the lower 70s today. So today, really, and yesterday, slightly below normal. We were above normal before that. There are some days in that 7-day where we actually will be right where we should be. But temperature right now, 70 degrees. Our dew point has fallen to 44. It will be cooler as we look ahead to the next few mornings, but the temperatures during the day, not quite as cool. Here are your temperatures for the mountains overnight. We drop into the 30s, and this is kind of why we've talked about that Share the Warmth campaign. This is the need that we're talking about. Temperatures in the mountains this morning dropped to around freezing in a few spots. Thankfully not as cold tonight, but still we have northerly winds that allows for some of that colder air to settle closer to the ground, and we will see that across our entire region. You can see the foothills, the northwestern Piedmont, down toward parts there of the Sandhills and the Charlotte Metro. Everybody is going to be dealing with some of those cooler temperatures again this morning. 45 the official forecast. It got to 46 this morning, so we will be very similar to that. High pressure overhead across the Carolinas now, but the reason why we start to see that small shift this weekend and why it's expected to be a little bit warmer, well, it has to do with that high. As it shifts a little bit closer to the southern portion of Georgia and down toward even northern parts of Florida, what's going to happen is that wind direction shifts from the north and west to eventually more of the south and west. While that's not going to push a lot of really humid air into our region, it will allow for a push of slightly warmer air. So even though the mornings are still chillier, we will see those afternoon highs warm up. So the last 2 days, we were only in the low 70s. Tomorrow, we hit 77. We could actually be over 80 degrees by Sunday. Now, this will feel fantastic if you're in the shade. But if you are in the direct sunshine, just remember that 10 to 15 degrees warmer than the actual air temperature if you sit in the direct sun. So let's say you're tailgating on Sunday. Of course, a big day for sports here in the Charlotte area. We have Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval 400, plus the Panthers at home at the bank against the Falcons. Either of those things, if you're out and about for a long period of time in the sun, doing certain activities, please make sure you are staying hydrated. As we look toward the tropics, remember, of course, hurricane season still lasts until the end of November. I do want to kind of quench any kind of conversations that have been had as of late, talking about the fact that we could see another storm in parts of the southeast over the next 7 days. That is certainly not the case. Here in the Carolinas, we have no tropical issues to worry about anytime soon. We will watch a few areas that oftentimes do see storms develop this time of year, let's say like the Western Caribbean, but at least over the next week, the only spot that we are watching is that one coming right off the coast of Africa. Of course, if that changes, our team will be first to let you know, as we always are, trying to keep you weather aware and up to date with the latest weather impacts. So this weekend, I think the biggest weather impacts is the fact that it'll be warmer and you will need some sunscreen for that direct sunshine. Abundant both days of the week. We do have a weak storm system, weak cold front passing by the middle part of Tuesday into early Wednesday. That's not going to bring any rain, but what it will bring, Jane, is some colder temperatures. We're talking mid next week. We could see some lows getting very close to the upper 30s. You can see that especially Thursday morning, daytime highs in the afternoon in the 60s. But don't worry, if you want some normal fall-like weather, it's coming, but it's not coming till the end of that 10-day forecast. So more so for that weekend, Jane, of October 19th and 20th.
All right, a little too cold for my taste, but
it's a little cold for this early in the season.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, we'll get there. Today was lovely, though.